My name is Sweetie.
My name is Karen.
I'm the Dark Knight.
My name is Lissecha Dope Tunes.
I'm on the hot seat.
I'm on the hot seat.
I'm on the hot seat.
I am on the hot seat. And it's about to go down because you about to get to fucking know a little bit of me.
Let's get to know me.
Get to know me.
You are going to get to know me. So let's do just that.
They want to know us.
Well, each individual has a strong point when it comes to entertainment or pop culture. So we each come with different strengths. So I think together we come with a unique concept of podcast, not what's known out there in mainstream media. So I think with all four of us put together, we come with the bang.
Yes, bro. You're asking that because I'm a chef? And, God damn it. You know, it's always just been a very difficult question to even say what type of food I like most, because I cook different types of foods. So it's always just tricky to say what's your favorite meal. So it's similar to what's your favorite meal, but just more exotic, because now I'm the one getting eaten. So, Alright. I'd say oxtail braised with wine, because we are drinkers.
All right, so the question is, if I were in the movie Saw, would I chop out my left hand or my right leg? I guess that's what it is. And if you really know who I am, I'd do none. Because if there's anything that I'm known for is being rebellious. If I'm given two sets of rules, I will always choose the rule that's not given, because that's the authenticity of who Karen Teta is. You don't tell me what to do. I do what's best for me. Ghost.
So post-production, I don't feel anything. I just feel like I need to do my job. And that's the only thing that I feel when I'm doing post-production. And also, I don't feel pressure, because maybe one would feel pressure because now the episode dropping is dependent on this guy. I don't have that feeling. Creative process is just the basics. Well, maybe it's basics to me because I know post-production. But just to give you a bit of rundown in terms of the how step by step I do the editing. Firstly, start with the sound, clean the sound and make sure that the background noises are out. Secondly, I link the audio with the video so that they can go together. Export that project. Thirdly, after that project has been exported, I listen to it and with my notepad so that I can write the times down, whereby when someone has said something with regards to your celebrity, I write the name down and the time down. Then I go look for the pictures, get the pictures, take the project again back to the editing software, put the pictures in times. After putting the pictures in times, strap it together, and then put the intro. Then put the I start with the disclaimer coming up, and then intro, and then put also the outro at the end, and then I export the entire project as one project, which is the final edit, and then we're ready to drop from there. Usually upload the episode on Tuesday night or Tuesday during the day, depending on when I did finish editing.
I'm finding it difficult to be a creative. And one of the aspects of being out there in people's eyes and attention is I'm finding it difficult to be one of the creatives. Hence, one of the reasons I am the Dark Knight. So for me, that's where I find it difficult.
firstly, I would like to name the cartoon. And I think this would be Family Guy. Because you motherfuckers are crazy as fuck. I've never met a bunch that is just this mad. You know what I mean? And the fact that we get along so well, Family Guy is probably the right cost to actually say we are similar to. Because we get along, and at sometimes we sabotage each other, but we come back and we know what we are here for. We're here for the cost. We're here for the shoots. So we do what we need to do. But we love each other. We're still a family. Family Guy it is. Characters, difficult. I think I'm gonna measure according to height. I think Lesotho would probably be like Peter Griffin. Kagiso would probably be Stewie. Karen would probably be fucking Meg. And I would probably be Brian. I'll be the dog. So yeah.
I think we have a good mixture of having moments of laughing and having moments of being serious with whatever that we're speaking about at that time. So our biggest competitor, which I'm not gonna name, is tend to lean most on the funny part of the entire thing, whereas with us there's time for laughter and then there's time for being serious. And also, you don't usually see big disagreements within podcasts. I mean, and we just had one recently. It doesn't get realer than that.
If someone was to ever ask me what should they have asked me that they didn't, I really wish a lot of people would ask me, are you okay? The last time I got asked that question was when my mom was alive. So if someone was to ask me, are you okay? They probably would know way much more than they know right now about me. But anyway, makeup is too expensive. Are we not gonna cry?
Shit, I don't know the characters, but I say someone serious with a touch of humor and knowledge.
It's the attention. I don't like attention, guys, and like I said, I'm very shy guy, so you can imagine if now, yeah, the favorite one they can come. I'm kidding. So yeah, it's the attention. I wouldn't like it because I'm a very reserved guy and I don't like that much attention. I got few things to mention. This
what I might not necessarily be prepared for not being a host or for being a host, it's just the fact that I need to look at the camera all the time and speak to the people as opposed to just speaking amongst ourselves. Because this now goes to just telling you a little bit about how I came to join this particular podcast. I am an individual, I'm a person that fell in love with acting at a very tender age, and this was when I was 12 years old. I went to a school that was able to provide art lessons, or let me rather say dramatic art lessons, And this is where I got to really fall in love with just the dramatic arts and just acting out of your usual self. So obviously with acting, you don't necessarily look at the camera, you are just part of it, and you're there, you're just doing what you need to do without anybody telling you, hey, look at the camera, or you're speaking to a particular individual. But with this, it's a little different, and I had to obviously now get used to looking at the camera, speaking to the audience, speaking to the people who are watching. So I think that's one thing that I was not necessarily prepared for, if I could say. So yeah.
Besides being a shy guy, I'm not photogenic. I don't like cameras. I don't like pictures. I don't like anything on screen that has to do with me on screen. And besides that, there's already enough guys on the screen. So yeah.
Well, first things first, I hope the listeners are entertained. That's the most important thing. Because I feel like when you are entertained, then you definitely gonna come back because this thing is interesting. We do tend to make people learn certain things about that, certain things or with regards to certain topics that we speak about. So I do also hope that the Street Squad, they get to learn something with regards to whatever that we speak about on that particular episode. So firstly, hope you're getting entertained. Secondly, hope you're learning something. And thirdly, once we have made sure that you got that too, then you're definitely coming back.
So, if my life was a movie, it would definitely be a comedy. And the name of the movie would be Home Alone. Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. And I would play Timmy, that kid, or I don't know if his name is Timmy, but the lead character, that little naughty kid who's always getting rid of everyone who's trying to cause havoc in his home. He's always that kid who's forgotten, but he's doing the most to make sure that everyone else is protected. That would be me. So I would play the character of Home Alone 2. He's that kid who's always forgotten and is always misunderstood. But if you really get to know them, they really are taking care of everyone else besides themselves. So seba kareni, kheba cheti.
Okay, so I'm very playful by nature. However, there is a part of me that is very diplomatic. So those tend to conflict sometimes. So it's very difficult to be playful and diplomatic at the same time. So it tends to be a little bit of a challenge for me because I've got strengths in both. I'm able to accommodate anybody from all walks of life. And at the same time, I'm also able to keep a business meeting and say, okay, we're going to have this conversation. Are we doing business? And we are where we are because we are pushing money, we're pushing career, we're pushing, you name it. So those tend to just conflict sometimes. And yeah, the guys on the podcast tend to be very playful sometimes, you know. They don't take work seriously. But yeah, that's what's up.
I'd say they think in art. It's difficult to merge both together. Creativity and business. So other folks bring creativity, which that's what lacks when it comes from the business aspect of things, and vice versa. So in short and sweet, I'd say yeah, creativity is vested in business. Sometimes they'll clash heads, but yeah, we balance each other equally.
You're about to get to know me. That's what I love about the hot seat. So if I could turn any mundane activity into an Olympic sport, trust and believe when I say the uncle from the ghetto would turn washing dishes into an Olympic sport. And I know you're probably thinking, what? That thing, you need a playlist. You need a mood. You need the water on the right temperature. If you're washing your dishes with anything other than dishwashing detergent and bleach and a little bit of handy, you don't have it right. If you're shocked, that means you know how to wash dishes, and that is exactly why it qualifies to be an Olympic sport. Let's go.
Okay, I think one topic that tends to be a bit of a problem, it's probably many, but yeah, that tends to be a little uncomfortable to talk about, I would say, is just how people tend to get exploited in the industry. And this is now music, this is now, let me rather say, the art. The arts is a very difficult space to get into, and a lot of people really do get exploited in different ways. And there are people who also get requested certain things that they need to do in order to get gigs, in order to get jobs, in order to be considered, regardless of talent. And in some cases, these guys are very talented, but they're just getting taken advantage of. And then other cases, they are not so talented, but because they look a certain way or they are able to give it up, they tend to be recommended for certain roles and so on. So that's something that tends to be a little uncomfy to talk about, because I can go on the whole day. And I even have names, I got surnames, I got fucking addresses, but it's fine. Let's keep it cool.
There's no mindset process behind it. I think I'm just being myself. I think I come across as very serious and very straightforward. And then when it's time to laugh, I laugh. When it's time to throw in a bit of jokes in there, I do it. So there's no process behind it. It's just me being me. So yeah.
Podcasting. So the reason I say podcasting, it gives both visual and audio. For people who don't like visuals, then they have the option of audio, and for people that like both visual and audio, they have the option. Not everyone has a car for radio, and now systems that come nowadays, not everyone would go and listen to radio. They rather listen to the music that they like. So radio is it's dying a slow death, and podcast is replacing them slowly.
So if there's someone I undeniably will always look up to for the rest of my life, I'd like to bring it up to two, and it's tough, and you'll understand why by the end of this. One will be my mother, and two will be Bonang, for the same reason. They're the toughest form of authority I've ever had. But one, if you know them well enough, you'll understand they're only tough because they see who you can be, and they see the BS on the side. So they tough on you not because they don't believe in you, but because they want to get rid of all the BS. So I would be my mom, and I would be Bonang, because they know what the road ahead looks like. And unlike anyone else, when they do something to you, they are fully aware of who you can be and what they want you to be. Because chances are, if they are the people that are training you, they see something in you that they have.
I don't have a problem with my body, but ngatuba mkhaba. Straightforward. We don't even have to go lane. Tuba mkhaba. I can stay a bit chubby. I don't care. Mkhaba 8.
Where G Tweety would like to be in life or see himself in the next couple of years in life. It's a combination of. The reason I'm saying it's a combination of is because I tend to be skilled in so many aspects that have to do with just life being life. I'm well trained. I'm like a soldier. So I'm able to handle so many things in terms of what life tends to throw at us. So I can be a brother, I can be a father, I can be a friend, and these are personalities that are just built in me. I don't necessarily need to fall out of character as though I was acting, like I said earlier on that I'm an actor, but this is who I generally am. I'm a feeler, I'm a very emotional individual, or let me rather say, I'm a very emotional man for the average man that is seen out there. So I'm already a chef, I'm already a lover, I'm already an independent soul, individual, and to just try and wrap it up, I would like to see myself with a great, loving crew of people in my circle, but a very small circle, by the way, because I'm very picky with who I bring in my life. So, great circle, great family, great money, and great spirits and aura, if I may put it.
What do you say we go fuck some shit up?
The answer to this fucking hellhole question is fucking, I'm gonna say 30. I'm gonna be a man and say 30. Could go more. It's fine. 30 for now. Until these, the people that I'm really interested in start replying to my fucking DMs. Because you guys started really to piss me off. Do you know who I am?
I'd say a large population of people are very intelligent. Society is thinking because you don't have money or you're not a respectable figure, your thoughts are not to be heard. And I find that's a concept that is totally wrong. The majority of us are very much intelligent. It's just those who are less influential in society are slept on.
If I were to die today and I were to be resurrected as an animal, because of my immense study of what people like and what people are most kindest to, I'm highly likely to come back as a koala. One, because I like the koala. Even though I don't have much Adidas merch, I had last week-ish. But I would come back as a koala because it's so sweet, it's so peaceful, and it's easy to love. And that for me would heal so much of my traumas. Because if I was just peaceful and watched what I said, I probably would have been easier to love. Not that I care though. If you don't love me, you're I'm not appealing.
I'll mock people. That's it. And I'll just go around and also robbing banks. Because I love money, guys. You must understand. It's all about money.
I'm a very loyal guy. People think I'm a fuckboy. I'm a ladies' man. And that's very much the opposite.
So the one thing that keeps me up at night that unfortunately, because of some reasons, I will not be able to answer fully. But I'll get to the point in my life where I'm able to answer it fully. But in parables, I would say, I wish I would have made better decisions. I wish I would have realized my worth and I didn't have to go through a amount of crap before I realized, nah, you deserve it. I just wish I was born with the urge to just believe I deserve better. I wish I didn't have the urge in me to prove myself and say, hey, I can do it. Hey, I'm amazing. Hey, take a shot. Hey, listen. I wish I was less people pleasing and I just believed in myself. But also, I do appreciate the fact that I'm willing to go the extra mile to show people that it's a good bet. Trust me. It's a lucky pocket. It looks rough on the inside, but when you have it, it studies you and it will make sure you have the best of everything. So, one thing that keeps me up at night is just, I'm always looking for ways to make other people be more happier, be more comfortable, and to reach their full potential. And I really do wish I had more people on my end who did the same for me. But it doesn't matter because I know how to do that for myself. You can see that's why I'm sitting here. Yeah.
So I would say missionary.
I'll mock people. That's it. And I'll just go around and also robbing banks. Because I love money, guys. You must understand. It's all about money.
What's the most embarrassing thing that I've ever went through in life? I think the question that I've answered most recently is what's the most embarrassing thing I've ever went through in broadcasting? And I answered that on 5FM with Zanele Potelo about a week ago. But in life, that's a total different answer. I don't like to say this. It's embarrassing. But you're not going to grow if you have secrets because it hinders your growth. So the most embarrassing moment I've ever had in my life is when I was in bed with this one guy and I called him by his best friend's name. Repeatedly. It left him thinking I liked his friend. And it was just a mistake. I don't know how it happened. I still don't know how to. And he just literally had to shake me to remind me that I'm calling him by his best friend. So, yeah. And the weirdest part is I share a name with that guy's mother. So he probably felt like there was a deeper connection. And I just ruined it by calling him by his best friend's name. Which I found out that his best friend actually wanted to hit. But the guy was like, no. And I was never going to say yes anyway. So that was really embarrassing. And I really feel like I hurt that guy. But I just really want to reassure him. I was just a kid. And I didn't mean it. I was just like 21. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Ish. And I didn't do anything with your best friend. I promise you. And I didn't want him. He's not my type. But you were. Ish.
Be you. Literally every type of personality out there is making it. Andy Warhol, one of the foundations of pop culture, he was a very awkward man. But he's considered the Picasso of pop culture. So be you. Don't leave any regrets. If you feel like fucking shit up, fuck shit up. Yeah, so be you. Whether you fake it or you are you, if it's your time to make it with discipline and consistency, you will make it.
Shit. It's not a tough one. It's just the one that I need to think about before I answer. How old was the girl? The girl was my age. We were the same age. How old was I? I am definitely not gonna say how old was I, but I'm gonna tell you that because I'm a late bloomer, so that was me in my early 20s. So that was basically after high school.
If I could turn back time and talk to my 18-year-old self, I'd tell her, you're smart, you're beautiful, and even if you don't hear it as much as you want to, you are that. I'd tell her, cherish every moment you have with your mom. She's the strongest figure of love and certainty and safety you ever have, and you will lose her by the time you are 24. So listen to what she's saying. When your mother has always said to you for as long as you've known her, Kuku funda lezinto ngisapila, it's because by the time you're 24, you're going to lose her. Kuku, listen to her. Kuku, appreciate every moment you have with her. And most importantly, Kuku, no one is going to come with all the answers. No one is going to tell you you are amazing. And if they do, it's for their own reason. You need to come fully aware of the gift you possess. And you need to believe in it, baby girl. And you need to stop looking side to side of who's nodding and who believes in you. You need to stop believing that you being a big girl is a hindrance. The way you are made, you are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of Jesus Christ and God. And believe me when I say, when you watch this back, because you're not 18 anymore, but you'll probably be over the age that I'm at right now, which is 27. You will look back and you realize all you ever had to do was listen and believe in yourself. So if you haven't done that by now, I'm telling you, the key is to listen, be patient, and do it.
You know what I can say is that those girls that I've dated in my life, then I felt like I am going to be judged here. So I'm just going to secretly date these girls until maybe this thing is over that I have with them. And I'm definitely not gonna say anything, especially to my niggas, because they're going to judge the fuck out of me. So I've dated girls in secret and making sure that they never find out. And that time they know I'm dating someone. But when it's time to say, Mpana manje, umuntu wako simbona nini, boy? Relax, Antwana, ungawari, ngizo arrange something.
More time. The reason I'd like more time is people with money would like to buy more time. With more time, you can learn more skills or more skills to make more money. But one thing that not even money can buy is time. I think it's one thing that is irreplaceable. So with having more time, I think my options are endless.
So I'm just gonna assume here, because even when people misunderstand you, they just tend to stay with their misunderstanding instead of trying to understand. So I do come across as a bit arrogant, and that's because I don't speak a lot, and I don't usually speak to people that I'm not used to or that I've never spoken to before. I wouldn't say I'm socially awkward, but maybe I am a bit. I don't have any social anxiety. Even when I can get to a party, I'll just go straight to my corner and sit there. Unless I see someone that I know, then I'll go to speak to that person. But I'm not usually the one that will start the small talk. And I think that's one thing, because I always have a straight face. So maybe people think this nigga is fucking arrogant, and definitely I'm not. Usually I'm a shy guy, but I'm sure it's a bit difficult to.
I live GSL, which is Global Streetz Live, the podcast. You can catch on YouTube on 4 p.m. every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Shit, you can catch us anywhere, guys.
8 a.m. on Spotify and Apple Tunes podcast, or actually Apple Podcast. Never. So more from Nukusiza Siringa, Shayingev, Lalel, Bastrata, Bara. And Angelica Slack, good thing say.